Matthew.
They are. How are you?
I'm doing good. So here I have with me Mr. Matthew Broucaret. We call you Matty B, though, right?
Yeah, Matty B.
Okay. Why don't you tell us a little bit about, what you do and who you are?
I'm a local realtor here in Amador County. Work for Gold Country Modern Real Estate. And I like to stop by here and give you as many clients as I can.
I appreciate it. I like that a lot. I like it. We were talking the other day, and I found it really interesting, one of the things that you brought up. And just to paint the picture, restructure that conversation, you were telling me about the fact that we're kind of moving into a new market, and you're starting to see offers on houses react a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So for the viewers at home, just for you to be able to see this, we're right now, beginning of January 2024, new year, we had 11 straight weeks of interest rate reductions.
Yeah.
11 straight weeks. We went from a high of a little over 8% on average, all the way down to now we're around 6.6 on the interest rate. And that's done quite a bit in the market to generate interests and attract a lot of buyers. However, we're still in our seasonal market of winter.
Correct.
So what I really wanted to talk with you about and get your insight on, frontline worker on this, is how do you think the market's going to shift? And as a buyer, what do you need to do to be prepared? So I guess we'll start with the first part. Tell us that story. I thought it was a little bit like, oh, shoot, we're here.
Well, yeah. So, people, they tell you, oh, you hit winter and people take listings off the market, that there's not a lot of buyer activity, right? If it snows up country, who's coming to, your open houses?
Yeah.
You hear all these stories. And I think to myself, let's see, I had a seller that wanted to list their house.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say the listing hit the market December 8th.
Okay.
And this is when a lot of my broker, a lot of other real estate agents will tell you they actually pull their listings off the market December 6th.
I had a buyer pull out of the market because we were hitting very close to Christmas, and they were just like, I don't want to go through that.
Yeah. And so what I told my seller is, you know what, if you really want to hit the market on December 8th, then I think what you have to do is, there's buyer activity out there, but the buyer activity, it's smart. They're looking at real good deals. Your price per square foot is lower, right? And so I talked them into listing their house a little lower than what the market was showing it would bear.
Mm-hmm.
And what a wild reaction we had. So
okay, where did you list it at?
It's Sutter Creek listing,
okay.
Upper Sutter Creek.
Okay.
It's a manufactured home.
Okay.
With 6 acres, a little over 6 acres.
That makes it a little more interesting knowing it's manufactured too.
Yeah. And so I told them, anything that far up, if you get over 300,000, you're just going to not have a lot of buyers maybe looking at it. And I said, so I would almost price it at, under 300, like 295, 299, 300, something. So anyway, we hit the market at 300.
Okay.
And first day of listing, I had 18 phone calls.
Holy cow.
It was actually a full-time job, just managing the phone calls and who was going to this house to see it.
Yeah.
We had a first offer hit within 6 hours of seeing it. Second offer hit within a day. And then I got 4 backup offers on this house.
Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit because so you have a manufactured home in Sutter Creek, which for those of you who are not local to Sutter Creek, it's actually one of the more sought after areas of Amador County because it's a little bit out of the mountains. The homes, the values are a little bit higher. The community is, I'm not going to say nicer, but it's just, you don't have to deal with the snow, and it's just a more sought after area.
It's the jewel of the foothills.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Yeah, but I live in Ione, so I can't give them too much credit. I can't. So that you have this house, and you're in the middle of holiday season, in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, very terrible time to sell a house.
Yep.
Yet you're getting all this activity. Okay, you did mention you listed it lower than what the market would really bear on it.
Yep.
But you got a ton of offers.
Yeah.
All 300,000.
Actually, all over 300,000.
Okay, tell me about that.
So the first offer came in at right at asking at
Okay.
300.
Okay.
Second offer came in at $10,000 over asking.
Okay.
And at that point as a realtor, I'm thinking that's pretty great, right? We got $10,000 over what we were asking. So we ended up going with that offer. It's a very strong offer.
Okay.
2 days later, two backups rolled in at 350 each.
350 each.
350 each. So as a realtor, I try to talk with my sellers. If you actually price your house appropriately, you're going to get more action. And it's a very scary thing to do.
Yes.
Is to list your house for lower than what you think you can get, but you let the market take control at that point.
Yeah.
And I mean, with the Sutter Creek address, I just think it was a perfect storm.
Yeah. And what you basically said, I mean, it's marketing 101.
Yep.
Okay. You go into Costco, you go to Lowe's, you go into Ralph's or whatever, and you find a product that has the yellow sticker that says clearance or sale. And even if it's like a $1 savings, it makes you look. Yeah. And you pick it up and you like, do I want this? And if you really, really want it, that little sticker might be the difference between you buying it. So I think that's great. And one thing about what you just said kind of struck me a little bit. Letting the market kind of dictate it, which is a very scary thing. But today's market, and this is why I wanted to chat with you, today's market is so critical for buyers to get a hold of, because what's happened since February of 2023, I'm going to go on a long soapbox here, so bear with me. February 2023, we have seen an increase in home values ever since then. Okay. Month over month, it has continued to go up. And every prediction for 2023 said that home values were going to go down. You know why? Because in November of 2023 was when we hit our peak on interest rates. That was a little over 8%. But we've had a slow rise out of COVID all the way to 8%. And for some reason, I don't get it. I don't get it all that much. For some reason, we still saw home values increase. Okay. Maybe low inventory, there's a lot of demand, something like that.
Yeah.
But that was very contradictory to traditional markets. So now we're presented with this situation. We have home values were increasing February 2023 onward. And now, current day, we're seeing a decline in interest rates of about 1.5%. We expect the Federal Reserve to make some calls and lower the interest rates even further. Once that happens, the hell gates are open and it's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
So if you're a buyer and you're expecting this to happen, you're going to get in the market when interest rates are lower. What's going to happen to the price of houses then? Yeah. And
people are going to be fighting for those houses. So
when did you sell yours?
Actually, it'll close Friday. It'll close Friday.
So we're not even in spring.
Yep.
We haven't even seen the big hits on interest rate reductions.
Nope.
Federal Reserve hasn't done a single thing.
Nope.
They've just talked. So that's really interesting that you're getting that much action just for appropriately pricing a house.
Appropriately priced. And again, I think it does have to do with inventory. You know, I can't tell you how many realtors called me and said, Sutter Creek address, 6 acres, home, 300,000. What's going on here? You know, and basically it's my guy's an investor. He wants to move fast. He doesn't want it to sit on the market. So I said, price it appropriately and let the market do the work. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. I was I'm very excited about it, you know, and now when I think about the spring, I have people calling me from Orange County who are looking for houses in Amador County, and there's just no inventory for them. Yep. The 2 houses that they liked, gone within 2 weeks of being on the market at their price point, which is a lot higher than 300,000, right? Yeah. So it's like they're looking up here in the $800,000 and $900,000 range, and the second the nice houses go, there's no more inventory. Yeah, and it's a really tough spot. So, I mean, what's your advice then, specifically to buyers? I mean, for sellers, it's a little bit of a golden egg opportunity moment where you could sell now. You're going to make a sale because inventory is extremely low.
Or you could hold on a little bit, wait for interest rates to go down, and then capitalize on the feeding frenzy.
Right.
Now we flip the script on buyers. How do I, as a buyer, avoid that feeding frenzy?
I think you actually, if you're active and you know that you want to purchase a home, I think you have to get in front of the wave.
Yeah.
Right. And I think you have to actually act now.
Okay.
Because you can all, like, again, there's another friend of mine who posted something about mortgages and real estate, and you could date that, let's see, you can date your mortgage now, marry the home, right? And then you can refinance and get that better interest rate once you're in. But it's like, if you find the house that you like, I just wouldn't wait till spring, because it's not going to be there.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, I only deal with buyers. Very rarely do I ever talk with sellers. Very rarely do I talk with listing agents, the seller's agent. So for me, I'm all about the buyers, and I couldn't have said it better myself. There's just the difference between being prepared and not being prepared will mean the difference between a sale. You've seen it, I've seen it, and it's going to happen. If I'm a buyer, what do I need to do? I'm going to go to you. You're my realtor.
Oh boy.
And I want to buy this house
Yep.
that you're selling, or this house that you're showing me. What are you going to tell me to do?
Yeah, first and foremost, for us to even make an offer on a house, I can write a contract all day. No one's going to look at it unless you have your pre-approval letter and you have a lender that's in place, ready to go.
Yeah.
Because again, get in front of that wave, that means having all your ducks in a row, which right off the bat, for a realtor to send in a contract, they're going to ask, are you pre-approved? A lot of realtors won't even let you see the house unless you're pre-approved.
Gotcha.
Right. So it's like, yep, you need a pre-approval letter from your lender.
Yeah. And I think that's an often misbegotten step.
Oh, yeah. And then they find the house they love, and then all of a sudden, no, we don't have that pre-approval letter, and now we're a week and a half behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. A week. I don't know.
Yeah. And I see that a lot.
Yeah.
Because I would say that a majority of my business is people being referred to by realtors like you. They come in and they say, I found the house of my dreams. I want to make an offer on it today.
Yeah.
Like, that's fantastic. I'd be more than glad to help you. We can do it really, really quick. You need to get me X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason or another, either they get delayed, or for the simple fact that they weren't already pre-approved, the house is already gone.
Yeah.
It's pending.
Yeah. Because other people are ready.
And we have a mutual client that already has experienced that.
Yeah.
And we are absolutely going to see that more, especially in Amador County. One small tidbit about Amador County, the retirement capital of California.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people, they take their investments elsewhere. They take their home equity from elsewhere, and they come up here to retire.
Yeah.
Very, very common.
Yeah.
And that's why inventory, especially in the higher ends and the lower ends, are just gone.
Yeah.
They don't last. So,
yeah.
How can people reach you?
Oh, reach me?
Yeah.
I actually am a big fan of just call me. Phone number is 209-304-8185. Work for Gold Country Modern Real Estate. But yeah, I love phone calls. I love getting to know people. The best part about being a realtor is building that relationship.
Yeah.
And then you see people get into the homes of their dreams. And I kind of have a little tagline where I always kind of put things on social media that says, give me a call. I could help you change your view, because I feel like in Amador County, you just have some of the most beautiful sunsets.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Looks off the deck and whatnot. And I kind of start taking pictures. It's just like, what a view, you know? And so, give me a call and I can help change your view.
Yeah. And of course, if you're interested in a mortgage loan, you give me a call, 209-223-2100. Matt, really, thank you. I appreciate your time. Hopefully, buyers who are looking in the spring, they can come to you, they can come to me, and they can actually start getting the ball rolling. They can educate themselves, they can prepare themselves. So when they do find that house in the spring, they're not just coming to a lender later and saying, I found my house, I want to get pre-approved.
Yeah, no, do it now.
Yeah, do it now. Put the offer in, get it done. Don't even question it. Be the person that can make the strong offer immediately, and then you can live in your home and not think, what if? So, thank you so much. All right.
Thanks, Noah.
Take care.